In this video, we will solve a problem on how to find the equilibrium price and quantity, government tax revenue, deadweight loss, and incidence of tax. The question is, the demand and supply for soft drinks are given by, this is the demand for soft drinks, that is Q is equal to 20 minus P. Q is the quantity, P is the price, and supply of soft drinks is being given as Q is equal to 3P respectively. Find equilibrium price and quantity. Suppose government imposes per unit tax of $4 on sellers, then solve for new quantity, net price sellers received, and price consumers paid. Also, we have to calculate the government tax the government revenue from this taxation. Also, to calculate the deadweight loss resulting from this taxation, and we have to find out the fraction of economic incidence of the tax that is being borne by the consumers. Okay, so let's go for the first part of this question. We have to find the equilibrium price and quantity. So quantity demanded is, let me write it here. So quantity demanded is being given as 20 minus P, and quantity supplied is being given as 3P. Okay, now initially the equilibrium will occur where quantity demanded, let's denote it by QD and QS. So at equilibrium, we know at equilibrium quantity demanded should be equal to quantity supplied. That means 20 P 20 minus P should be equal to 3P. Okay, so this is 4P is equal to, which implies 4P is equal to 20, which gives us P is equal to 20 upon 4, which comes out to be 5. Okay, so let us draw the graph side by side here. So let us say this is our demand function, and this is our supply function, which is 3P. So it will look like this. So this is our supply function, this is our demand function. So equilibrium occurs where demand intersects supply. When demand function intersects supply function, so it occurs where our price is equal to 5. So let me write it here. So when price is 5, okay, demand is equal to supply. Corresponding to this, what will be our equilibrium quantity? Just plug P is equal to 5 into either demand function or supply function to get the equilibrium quantity. So let us plug this P is equal to 5 in the supply function. That means quantity supplied will be equal to 3 into P, that is 3 into the equilibrium price, which we calculated is 5, which comes out to be 15. So quantity equilibrium quantity will be 15 and equilibrium price will be 5. This was part first. Okay, now we are being told here that uh, government imposes a per unit tax of $4 on sellers. Okay, so when government imposes a tax, per unit tax of $4 on sellers, then our supply function will change. Okay, you have to remember, if the tax is being imposed on supply function, okay, then our price will become, new price will become P minus the tax rate. If tax is being imposed on demand, then our price new price will become P plus the tax rate. Okay, per unit tax rate. Here we are being told that tax is being imposed on sellers. Okay, so we are being told tax is being imposed on sellers. Okay, tax on sellers, that is $4 per unit. Then our new supply function will become, okay, let me reiterate here again. When tax is being imposed on sellers, supply function, the price will change by P minus 1. If tax is being imposed on consumers, then demand function will change and our new price will be P plus the tax. Okay, so our new supply function will become, so it was our original supply function, new supply function will become Q is equal to 3. Now our new price will become P minus the tax rate. Okay, so here it is T. So so let me write it is here tax. So new price will be P minus the tax rate, that is $4. So which comes out to be 3P minus 4. And by this what will happen, our supply function will shift towards left. Okay, so our new supply function will look like this. So let me draw it here. So this will be our new supply function. Okay, so let us say this is our new supply function. Now again the new equilibrium will occur where demand and supply will intersect. Okay, so our new equilibrium will be where quantity demanded is equal to quantity supplied, that is new quantity supplied. Okay, our quantity demanded is same, which is 20 minus P. It should be equal to our new quantity supplied, which is 3P minus 4. Okay, and let us solve it for P here. Okay, when we solve it for P, so I don't have the space here, it's very unfortunate for me here. Okay, let me try to write it here. So let us solve it for P. So we have transposing this P here, so it will become 4P. So 4P is equal to 20 plus 4. Transposing this minus 4 here, it will become 20 plus 4, so 24. That means our new equilibrium price will be 24 upon 4. So this is it 4 6 are 24. I hope I have done the calculation right. Sorry, here 3P minus 3 4s are 12. It is here 12. Okay, so here we will have 12. So let me write it again. Solving for P here, so we have 20. When transposing, let me write it here. 20 plus 12 will become 3P plus P. I have just transposed this minus 12 to LHS and this minus P to RHS. So signs will change obviously. So 20 plus 12 will 32. 3P plus P is 4P, which gives us P is equal to 32 upon 4, which is equal to 8. Okay, so our new equilibrium price will be, so let me write it here. So our new price will be equal to 8, and corresponding to this, what will be our new equilibrium quantity? So if new price is 8, new quantity will be equal to, just plug P is equal to 8 either in the demand function or in supply function. So let us plug this P is equal to 8 in the supply function. So what was our new supply function? This function, or in the demand function. So just plug this new equilibrium price either in our original demand function or in new supply function. Okay, if we put it into the demand function, so our new quantity will be equal to 20 minus the equilibrium price, new equilibrium price, which was 8. So new quantity will be equal to 20 minus 8, which comes out to be 12. Okay, so our new quantity will be equal to 12 after the per unit tax has been imposed of $4. So corresponding to this, so what is the new equilibrium price, which is 8, and corresponding to this, what is our equilibrium quantity or quantity transacted, which is 12. So here we were having, what was the equilibrium quantity here? Let me see it here. It was 15. Okay, so simple thing. Initially we were at this point where demand and supply were intersecting each other when the per unit tax of $4 was imposed on the sellers. That means our supply curve will shift towards left. Okay, so when tax is being imposed on sellers, our new supply function will become Q is equal to 3 P minus 4, the price that will be paid by the consumers minus the tax here. Okay, So this was for the second part. Now what is the net price sellers received? Let us see what is the tax that is being paid, sorry, the price that is being paid by the uh, consumers here. Okay, so this 8 denotes here, this 8 denotes the price paid by buyers. Okay, so uh, price paid by consumers, consumers will be equal to $8. Okay, and what is the price that will be received by the producer, since we are being told that tax is being imposed on sellers, so sellers will receive the price. Okay, and the price that they will receive, we will subtract 4 from this. Okay, since this is the 8 is the price paid by the consumers, and this will show us here, let us say it is here 4, because 8 minus 4 is 4, so this is here 4. Okay, that means price received by sellers will be equal to the new price, which is 8, minus the tax. As I told you, new price will become p minus the tax. So this is new price minus that per unit tax, which was being told it is $4. So let us write it here 4. That means sellers will receive a price of $4 at this point. Okay, now the next part is to calculate the tax revenue from the taxation. Okay, so third part is to find out the tax revenue. Now what will be tax revenue? Government tax revenue will be equal to simply the quantity transacted at new equilibrium, okay, times the tax rate. We know the quantity that is being transacted at new equilibrium, which is 12. Okay, times the tax rate is being told us it is 4, so that means $48 will be the government revenue from this very taxation. Now fourth part is to calculate the deadweight loss. Okay, now what is the deadweight loss? We know deadweight loss is economic efficiency, sorry, deadweight loss is the loss in economic efficiency as a result of disequilibrium of supply and demand. Okay, initially the social optimal point would have been where our demand should have intersected the supply. When tax is being imposed, so we get out of this initial equilibrium. Okay, so our equilibrium is being you know disturbed. So this, the loss will be equal to and simply the area of this very triangle. Okay, so I have explained the deadweight loss to in earlier videos. I will not be able to explain it here again, because I don't have the space and time here. So the deadweight loss will be the area of this very triangle. Okay, so deadweight loss will be the area of this very triangle, and the height of this triangle is 4 minus 8, which is, sorry, 8 minus 4, which is 4. So area of a triangle, we know it is equal to 1/2 of base. Let us say base is this 8 minus 4, which is 4, times what is the height? Height will be 15 minus 12. Okay, so we have 15 minus 12, so the area of this very triangle is our deadweight loss. So here we have 15, here we have 12, so this is it, this is its altitude. So this is ba towards the panda, this is 3, so this comes out to be 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, I guess it is 6. Okay, so our deadweight loss will be equal to 6. Now what we have to see, the last part tells us about the fraction of the economic incidence of the tax, okay, borne by the consumers. What fraction or what percentage of tax will be shouldered by the consumers? Okay, so Here you can see initially our equilibrium was at when the consumers were paying a price of $5 and sellers were also getting a price of $8. Now after the imposition of tax, you can see consumers are paying a tax, sorry, consumers are paying a price of $8. Okay, so this part will be the economic incidence of tax shouldered by the consumers, and this black part will be the economic incidence of tax that is being shouldered by the the sellers. Here simple thing, we know that the total tax burden for consumers and sellers is $48. Out of this out of this the share of consumers in tax incidence, so this whole shows us the total tax revenue. Out of this and the above area which is being shaded by this red liners is will be the economic burden of the taxation on consumers. Okay, so what will be it? Let me write it here. So share of that means or fraction of economic incidence of tax borne by consumers will be equal to the area of this above triangle. Okay, so let me write it here. Share of economic incidence, okay, economic incidence of tax borne by consumers will be equal to area of this triangle, sorry, this rectangle, divided by the area of this whole tax revenue region. Okay, so area of this whole tax revenue region. Okay, I hope I am making myself clear here. That means the area of this very red rectangle will be equal to, so it is length is 12, height will be equal to 8 minus 5, 8 3s are 24. So let me write it here. So tax incidence on consumers will be equal to the area of this very triangle, which comes out to be 3 into 12. Okay, 5 6 7 8, 12 into 3, 12 3s are 36, divided by the area of this whole triangle, which is 48, which is actually the government tax revenue. Okay, this comes out to be 12 3s are 12 4s are, that means 75% of the incidence of tax will be borne by the consumers, and only 25% of the incidence of this tax will be shouldered by the sellers. Okay, let me repeat it here. So total tax burden both on producers and consumers was 48. Okay, if the area of this rectangle is 48, out of this we got it here 36. So $36 will be shouldered or borne by the consumers, and only so if total is, if it is 48 in totality, 36 is being borne by the consumers, the rest will be equal to 48 minus 36, which is equal to 12, I guess. Okay, so only $12 will be borne by the sellers. So the percentage or the fraction of economic incidence of tax borne by consumers will be equal to 3 upon 4. Okay, so 75% of the tax incidence will be borne by the consumers, and rest will be equal to 1 minus 3 upon 4, which comes out to be 1 upon 4. Okay, so a quarter of the total economic incidence of tax will be shouldered by the sellers. Okay, I hope I make myself clear. So I uh, also got confused here because I don't have the space here. All the space was being occupied by the question in itself, so that's why I was not able to explain it you know clearly. I hope I make myself clear. Thank you.